Hi, my name is Nicholas. I've been a witch for almost 6 years now, and I'd like to teach you new things. Over the years, a lot of people have tried to explain the secret behind manifesting, right? Everyone's out there claiming that they've cracked the code, like it's some sort of mystery to be solved. But if I'm being real with you, there's no big hidden secret. It's not some ancient formula that only a few people are in on. Instead, it's a mindset, plain and simple. Now, I get that might sound a little underwhelming at first. I mean, mindset, that's it. But hear me out before you decide to click off. Manifesting isn't some new phenomenon. In fact, it's been in the public eye for about 114 years now. Since then, people have been obsessed with finding new ways to make it happen faster and easier, like there's some sort of shortcut waiting to be uncovered. And honestly, I think that's where a lot of people get tripped up. Manifesting shouldn't feel like rocket science or some massive puzzle that you have to solve. It's meant to be simple, something that flows naturally, not something that you're constantly Googling how-to tips for. At its core, manifesting really is easy, but here's the catch. It does require the right mindset. And that's where most people get stuck. When I say the right mindset, I'm talking about having absolute assurance in what you're trying to manifest. No second guessing, no overthinking, just pure unwavering belief. That's the real key to manifesting, if you want to call it that. Doubt, though. Doubt is something that keeps us from stepping into that alternate reality where everything we've ever wanted is already ours. But the more doubt you have, the more further you distance yourself from that version of yourself that you're trying to create. It's like trying to drive toward your dream destination but constantly hitting the brakes because you're not sure that the road will take you there. If you keep doubting, you'll never get close. Manifesting requires you to trust the process fully, even if you can't see how everything will come together just yet. So let's dive a little deeper into what I mean by assurance. It's not just about saying the right things or thinking positively for a few minutes each day. Manifesting requires you to feel certain, down to your core, that what you want is already on its way to you. It's about living in a state of belief so strong that it almost feels like you've already got whatever you're manifesting. You're not wishing or hoping, you're expecting. That's a huge difference. Think about it like this. Have you ever ordered something online and you just know that it's coming? You're not constantly worrying about whether it'll arrive just because you trust the process. You don't need to check the tracking every 2 seconds wondering if your package got lost. You trust that once you've hit order, it's on its way, even if it takes a few days to show up. Manifesting is kind of like that. Once you set your intention, you've got to trust that it's coming to you, no matter how long it might take. But I get it, life happens, and staying in that place of belief isn't always easy. Doubt creeps in. Maybe it's because things aren't happening as fast as you like, or maybe because you've tried before and didn't like the results that you wanted. That's natural. We're human after all. But doubt, it's like throwing sand in the gears. It slows everything down and blocks the energy that you're trying to put out into the universe. Now, here's the part where the people often get confused. Having assurance doesn't mean that you just sit around and wait for things to magically appear. Manifesting requires action. It's about aligning yourself with the energy of what you want. When you're in that mindset of certainty, you start to make choices and take steps that naturally bring you closer to your goals, and your actions reflect your belief. You don't just wish for a new job, you prepare for it, network, update your resume, and put yourself out there because you know it's on the way. And that's the beauty of it. It's a partnership between you and the universe, whatever you believe in. You put in the work, but without all the stress and second guessing. You don't need to figure out every detail about how your manifestation will unfold. That's not your job. Your job is to maintain that belief, to trust that things are aligning in ways that you may not even see yet. I think what trips people up is that the idea that manifesting is about controlling everything. It's not. In fact, it's more about letting go of control. Set your intention, and then you let the universe, life, or fate take care of the rest. And you cling to how or when something should happen, the more you're likely to get in your own way. And again, that's where doubt sneaks in. And for these moments, trying to micromanage and process that, we start questioning if it's really going to happen for us. Manifesting isn't about doing more or stressing over the details. It's about being more aligned with the belief that what you want is already coming your way. That assurance. It's like sending out a signal and the universe responds. The clearer and stronger that your signal is, the quicker you'll see things shift in your life. And when that doubt creeps in, let's be real, it always does at some point, recognize for what it is, it's just noise, a temporary distraction. The key to coming back in that place of life is to trust knowing that you've already asked for what is already making its way to you. Alright, let's talk about the law of attraction. It's one of those things that people either swear by or think it's a little bit too crazy, you know? But really, at its core, it's not as out there as some people may think it sounds. It's pretty simple. The law of attraction is all about the idea of whether you focus on, you attract into your life. It's like a magnet. Positive thoughts bring positive outcomes, and negative thoughts, well, they bring more of the stuff that you don't want. Imagine that you're walking around with a certain vibe, whether it's good or bad. According to the law of attraction, that vibe is what's drawing things into you. So if you're always thinking, ugh, nothing ever goes right for me, you're kind of putting that energy out there, and the universe, in a way, responds by giving you more of those not so great experiences. So if you're thinking, I've got this, things are going to work out, then you're most likely to attract opportunities, people, and situations that align with that positivity. It's not magic, though, which is where some people get it twisted. The law of attraction isn't just about sitting around, daydreaming, and waiting for stuff to fall in your lap. It's more about shifting your mindset so you're in tune with what you want. When you're clear on your goals and really believe that it's possible, you naturally start to take steps in that direction. You start noticing that things that you didn't before, like opportunities that you might have missed if you were still in that negative headspace. I get it. Life's not always rainbows and good vibes, and we all have bad days, moments of doubt or stress. But the law of attraction is all about where your overall energy is at most of the time. If you're constantly focused on things that aren't going right, you're more likely to stay stuck in that cycle. If you shift your focus even in small ways, it's more like opening the door for better things to come in. It's like this. Imagine you're tuning a radio. If you're stuck on the station that's full of static, that's all you're going to hear. But if you adjust the dial and get clear reception, suddenly the music or the talk show comes in loud and clear. The law of attraction works kind of like that. When you're in the right frequency, focusing on the things that you want, you start to see more of the things that's showing up in your life. Now, the key here is belief. If you don't actually believe that good things are happening to you or that you can achieve your goals, the law of attraction won't do much. You've got to back it up with faith in yourself in the process. That's why it's not just thinking about happy thoughts, but it's really feeling like what you want is possible, even if you don't know that it's going to happen. So yeah, it's not some magical fix, but it's more like the way you shift your mindset. When you focus on what you really want, stay positive, and actually believe in a possibility of it happening, and you're naturally going to start attracting those things into your life. And the more you practice it, the more you're going to notice these little shifts adding up over time. The law of attraction is a lot like the law of gravity. It doesn't just stop working. So, though you think that your manifestation methods haven't been working or that it's hopeless, your efforts are not in vain. Anyways, there's so many methods to choose from, and I'll be discussing 10 of them. So you're putting together a vision board. Probably one of the simplest manifestation methods out there, right? You hop on Pinterest, find a bunch of inspiring photos that match your goals, and boom, you're done. Quick, fun, and looks nice hanging on your wall. And yeah, technically that's all it takes, but if you really want to level up, there's a way to make it even more effective by integrating it into your everyday life. It's not just throwing some pictures on a board and walking away. You've got to make those images part of your routine. Look at them often, or let them remind you of your goals and get your mindset into this is possible. It's more than just decoration. It's a tool that keeps your focus on what you want day in and day out. The more you see it, the more it becomes ingrained in your mind, and that's when things start to shift. It's about feeling that connection into your vision and not just hoping that it's going to happen someday. So scripting. It's another super easy manifestation method. Basically, all you do is write down what you want, but here's the twist. You write it as if it's already yours. You use I am statements like, I am so happy with my new job, or I am living in my dream home, stuff like that. And the key part, you focus on feeling grateful, like you're already living in that reality. It's simple but powerful. When you write things like that, it helps you tap into the energy of already having what you want. Alright, let's get on to the SPEC method. It's a really straightforward approach to manifesting, and it's pretty cool when you break it down. Letters stand for select, project, expect, and collect. Simple enough, right? The method was created by Helen Hadsell, who is kind of a legend in the manifesting world. She's famous for winning almost every contest that she's ever entered. Like, no joke, she's literally won every single one. So she clearly knew a thing or two about how to make things happen. The method itself is pretty self-explanatory, but here's the rundown. First, select. You choose what you want to manifest. Get clear on what you want, whether it's big or small. Then project. This is where you start acting as if you already have it. You tell yourself it's already yours, kind of like getting in that mindset of, yep, I've already got this. Next is to expect. This part is important. You have to actually expect what you want is coming to you. No doubts, no second guessing. Just trust that it's on its way. And finally, collect. When your manifestation shows up, and be ready to receive it. Accept it, be grateful, and let it flow into your life. It's a pretty straightforward process, but when you follow these steps with confidence and belief, it really starts to shift things in your favor. Alright, let's talk about the 369 method. It's one of the most popular and well-known techniques for manifesting. It's pretty simple, but most people swear by it for a reason. So here's how it works. You take your desire, whatever it is, and you write it down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and then 9 times in the evening. That's it. It might sound super basic, but the idea of the repetition helps lock in your desire to your subconscious mind. By writing it down multiple times throughout the day, you're constantly reminding yourself of what you want, keeping your focus on it, and aligning your energy with that goal. It's like a programming your mind of believing what you want is already on its way to you. Plus, it's easy to fit into your routine, whether it's something big like a career goal or something smaller like manifesting a little extra money. This method keeps you focused and consistent. The key is to stay positive and really feel that your writing down is already yours. It's simple, but you can have a huge impact if you stick with it. So, the visualization method. Just like the name suggests, it's all about imagining what you want is already yours and making sure that you're right in the picture. It's not just daydreaming about what you want, but really seeing yourself with that thing in your life. Like you're not just visualizing the new car, you're picturing yourself driving it, feeling the steering wheel, maybe even imagining the new smell of the car interior. But the more vivid you make it, the better. Now, people sometimes compare this to the whisper method, but there's a slight difference. The whisper method is more about mentally sending messages to someone else, like whispering a thought into their mind to influence them. Visualization, on the other hand, is more focused on you and your desires, especially when it comes to manifesting physical things like money, a new house, or even a promotion at work. And here's the key. The more that you feel like it's already yours, that you're visualizing, the more powerful it becomes. And it's not just about seeing, it's really feeling like it's already happening. That's what makes it so effective. It's a super simple technique, but if you do it regularly and really get into the feeling of it, you'll start to notice how things start to shift in your favor. Alright, so the whisper method. This one's pretty interesting. It's mainly used when you want to influence someone's actions or thoughts. It's not about manifesting objects or situations like some of the other techniques. It's more about subtly getting someone to act in a certain way that you want them to, even without them knowing it. Here's how it works. You start by visualizing the person you want to influence. Get a clear picture of them in your mind, like you're actually standing right next to them. Then you imagine yourself leaning in and whispering into their ear, telling them exactly what you want them to do or how you want them to behave. You're commanding them in a sense, but not in a forceful way, more like planting a suggestion. And the key to imagining them is to accepting what you say, like they're taking in and acting on it. It's pretty simple, but it can be very powerful if you really focus and believe in it. Most people usually use it for things like getting someone to call them, agree with them, or even be more open to a conversation. It's kind of like sending a mental nudge to push them in the right direction that you want. Of course, it's not about controlling someone or forcing them to do something that they don't want to do. It's more like gently guiding their thoughts or actions in a way that benefits both of you. And like all of these methods, the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. Okay, so this one's called the letter method. It's kind of similar to the whisper method in the sense that you're using it to influence someone, especially if you want them to say something specific to you. But with the letter method, it's a lot more personal. You're essentially scripting, but in the form of a letter to yourself. Here's how it works. You write a letter as if you're talking to your past self, like you're looking back and telling yourself how grateful you are for the things that you've now received. It's almost like you're giving your past self a glimpse into the future where everything that you've already wanted has already happened. I love using this method for manifesting money, but you can use it for anything that you're hoping to attract. Relationships, opportunities, whatever. The key to really getting into the mindset of all of these things has already come to you. So you write about how thankful you are and for, say, the extra income that you manifested or the promotion that you've gotten or that you've just had these amazing experiences that have come your way. It's like you're scripting your ideal life, but from the perspective of already having lived it. Plus, writing down helps reinforce it in your mind. It's a simple but really effective way to focus your intentions and manifest what you want. Alright, so this method is more geared toward love and attraction, but you can really use it for other things too if you tweak it a bit. Here's how it works. First, you're doing it to manifest something involving another person, like love or attraction. You start by writing their full name on a piece of paper 7 times. It's important to use their full name for that extra intention and clarity. Now, if you're using this method for something else, like money or a career goal, you'll write your own name 7 times instead. Once you've got these names written down, you'll move on to the next part. You'll write down what you want that person to feel or do. For example, if you're trying to manifest someone to really be into you, you might write, John Doe is heavily obsessed with me, or John Doe can't stop thinking about me. You really want to be specific, but also confident that like it's already happening. If you're manifesting something else, like attracting money or success, you'd write an affirmation that matches your desire. Something like, I attract money easily, or opportunities flow to me effortlessly. Then it comes to the last part. You take that affirmation that you just wrote and repeat it again, but this time you replace the I with your name. So if your name is Jane Doe, instead of it saying, I attract money easily, you'd write, Jane Doe attracts money easily. You're basically reinforcing the affirmation, but making it even more personal by directly associating it with your name. This helps strengthen the intention and makes it feel even more real, like it's already happening to you. It's a pretty simple method, and it's all about the intention and focus that you put into it. And the best part, you can adapt it for yourself for about almost anything, whether it's love, money, or any other desire that you're trying to bring into your life. Alright, so let's talk about the simply deciding method. And yes, it's another one that's based on visualization. Probably no surprise there, right? I know you're probably getting tired about hearing visualization things by now, but trust me, this one's worth knowing about, and hey, you're almost at the end of the video anyway. So let's hear how this one works. It's all about visualizing what you want with that little extra layer of sensory detail. You're not just imagining the end result, you want to feel it. Like really put yourself in the moment where it's already happening. Imagine the sights, the sounds, even the emotions that you'd had if it were real. The more vivid you make it, the more effective it becomes. You want to feel like you've already got whatever you're manifesting, like it's already a part of your life. Once you've got that clear, sensory-rich image in your mind, this is where the deciding part comes in. You say out loud, I am simply deciding that blank, and fill in the blank with whatever you're manifesting. It could be anything. Money, love, a promotion, whatever. For example, you could say, I am simply deciding that I will get a raise. It's kind of like drawing in a line in the sand and telling the universe, this is what's happening, no questions about it. The idea is that when you make the decision, you're doing it with full confidence. There's no wavering, no second guessing. It's just you deciding that it's already done, and by stating it out loud, you're reinforcing that intention. You're not hoping or wishing for it anymore. You're deciding it's already yours. The method might seem almost too simple, but that's the beauty of it. Sometimes we overcomplicate things, and that's the approach that just cuts through all of that. It's straightforward, and it helps you shift from wanting or needing something into feeling like you've already aligned with it. It's about embodying that energy of having made the choice, and once you're in that headspace, you'll start to see things shift in your favor. Affirmations have to be one of the most popular go-to manifestations out there. Seriously, everyone uses them, whether they realize it or not. They're simple, straightforward, and don't take much time, which is probably why they're so widely used. Basically, with affirmations, you're just telling yourself what you want is already on its way, or even better, that you already have it. It's as easy as standing in front of the mirror and saying something like, I am successful, or I attract abundance in my life. Whatever it is you're trying to manifest. The key is to speak it with confidence and really feel as if it's true, even if it doesn't feel that way just yet. The whole point of affirmations is just to reprogram your mind. You're replacing any doubts or limiting beliefs with positive, empowering statements. By repeating these affirmations daily, you're slowly shifting your mindset and aligning yourself with the reality that you want to create. It might feel a little bit weird or forced at first, but over time it starts to feel more natural, and that's when the magic happens. Alright, so there you have it. That's the key to manifesting. Hopefully everything's starting to click now, and I've walked you through some different methods. And maybe a few of them were new to you or gave you a fresh new perspective on how to bring desires into your reality. The thing is, there's no one-size-fits-all approach, so it's about finding the right method that vibes with you and your energy. So try a few out, see what feels right, and remember, manifesting is all about staying consistent, keeping that positive mindset, and believing in the process. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and before you know it, you'll start seeing those changes that you've been working toward. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope that you found some value in these techniques, and maybe even a favorite method to try out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.